What's up, YouTube? So, as comic books become more popular, the price around them increases infinitely. So, the first appearance of, say, Spider-Man or Superman or Batman can be very, very expensive. So let's count down the top 10 most expensive comic books ever sold. Incredible Hulk number 1 was graded at 9.2 on a comic book scale, which pretty much says how much of a good quality it is. Now this sold for $326,000, which is immense. So this is the first ever appearance of the Incredible Hulk in 1962 by Stan Lee and Jack Kirby. So, if you've got that lying around, then, well, you're sitting on a pretty penny. Next up at number 9 is number 1 of Captain America comics, which sold in 2011 for $343,000, which is, again, an insane amount of money. This was the first issue of the Joe Simon and Jack Kirby created product, Captain America Comics. And, well, that is a very, very iconic front cover. Next up, we have Marvel Comics number 1, which is, well, as you guessed it, the first ever Marvel comic. This included the first appearance of the Human Torch and Namor the Submariner. This was graded at 9.0 and sold for $350,000. Next up, we have, at number 7, Tales of Suspense 39, which is the first appearance of now one of the most popular comic book characters of all time, Iron Man, and that was sold for $375,000. So, as you can tell here, this is again a big boost because of the popularity of the character. So we're getting very close to the next half of the list, with number 6 is Flash Comics number 1, which is graded at 9.6 and also features the very first ever appearance of Hawkman and the Flash. This is the Golden Age Flash, and this sold for $450,000, which is eye-watering. So at number 5 we have X-Men number 1, which is graded at 9.8 and is almost as good quality as what you would find in the new releases section in your local comic book shop. Now this was sold for $492,937.50. Now that is a very, very princely sum for a very much near perfect comic book. And at number 4 we have Batman issue number 1, which sold at a grade of 9.2 for over $500,000 at $562,625. This is one of the very few comics which reached over $500,000. Next up we have Detective Comics number 27, which is of course the first appearance of the Batman. And this sold for $1.075 million. Wow, so that's quite a lot for a comic book. And penultimately at number 2, we have Amazing Fantasy number 15, which is the very first appearance of the Spider-Man in the Silver Age. This was graded at 9.6 and sold for $1.1 million. And at number 1, and last but no means least, it is one of the most iconic comic book covers of all time, and the most iconic superhero of all time. It's the first appearance of Superman in Action Comics number 1. This was graded at 9.0 and sold for $3.2 million, which is just crazy, absolutely crazy money. So, I hope you enjoyed that video. Drop a like and a subscribe for more top 10s.